Welcome to a new Waterwave TV interview. We got the one and only Janii Sudan in the building. Well, I'm in your building today.
Yeah.
I'm on the road with it. As you can tell, this ain't the Waterwave studio. We in Mankato with it.
Yeah, the city, man.
It's been a long time since I did an interview in Mankato.
Right.
I think the last one I did was with Dave Otto.
Otto, that's my boy. I actually used to, I remember I used to watch him in the studio. Back then I used to think like, man, could I ever do this? Look at me now, you know?
Yeah, I think that's the last time I did one. And it was, obviously wasn't in the Waterway studio, so it kind of gives me that same feel, kind of just like in the apartment in Mankato and whatnot. But here we are, Mankato, Janii Sudan. Is this your... Bless you, excuse me.
Gratitude.
Is this your first interview that you've done?
It's my first interview.
You're still pretty new to the music scene.
I am. Yeah, this is my first interview. I just, you know what I'm saying? I would say I just started getting serious with music this year. But yeah, I never would have thought that I would be the one doing interviews or, being interviewed, I would say. I guess I'm here now, you feel me?
And I guess a lot of the Waterway fans that don't know, I did grow up in Mankato and we went to the same high school. So I'm trying to give back and I guess showcase, highlight as many people that went to my school as possible whenever the time becomes right. But here you are. So yeah, speak on. So I guess before we get too far into the music, we're in Mankato right now. Were you born and raised in Mankato?
Yeah. So I was born out here in Mankato, and I would say we was on the road a lot, when I was a baby growing up. We were mostly between here and Omaha, Nebraska. And I would say Mankato really has my core memories of who I am today. But I'm going to say it's parts of Omaha I still remember that I can see in a way people move out here is different from how they move out there, So it's like I still can't forget about some of the lessons I was taught out there also. So I like to say, back and forth, but this is where I'm from, Mankato. Just born, raised, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you spent like all your high school years in Mankato, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, I did high school out here. Yeah, I did a year. I was playing ball in Hutchinson, Minnesota, a private school. It was a 7-day Adventist school. One of my cousins had put me onto the school, and I thought, back when I had hoop dreams, I thought I was going somewhere, so I went out there and checked it out. It wasn't for me. So I came back out here, and I went to school, and I guess, life just, I guess it took a turn.
What was your perception? How many years or what grades were you at East?
I want to say I did 2 years. Not even, maybe. I don't even know.
You sound like you were in jail.
No.
Mankato East.
No. I was like, because I went to Central, Yeah. I went to Central. I left East, went to the private school, then I went to Central. So I would say I did like a year and a half at East.
Okay, I felt like you were there like my whole time. But maybe, so were you just there like sophomore, junior year? Or like sophomore year, that's it? Or?
I was there freshman
and sophomore.
Sophomore.
Okay, yeah, because then I must have graduated after that then.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I always seen you there for the time you were there. Yeah, freshman, sophomore, that would have been the only time I would have seen you there.
Yeah.
I guess in your perception, what is it like growing up in Mankato?
Man, Mankato, I'm going to say, is a good spot to raise your family at. You know what I mean? Like, it's very diverse. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to find too many of just one group out here. And I'm going to say it's like, it's a growing city. So I'm gonna say Mankato evolves every couple years, so it's not the same. You know, it's not the same vibe you get. You know, so like 2016 Mankato was different than 2019 Mankato. So like, I kind of was here for a lot of it. So I'm gonna say it's different. It grew different over the years. I would say 5 years ago, Mankato, you could walk outside on campus and see hundreds of students, you know, with their friends. But now, you barely see anyone, you know?
Mankato used to be like the biggest party school in the
state. Yeah.
And I feel like my senior year of high school going into like college, like was like it still wasn't even that lit. And that was like, you know, in 2017, 2018, and that was like the start of like the fall off. I feel like people just weren't going as crazy, and then COVID definitely like ruined that, I think.
The 19 definitely got y'all for sure. I couldn't even believe, like, I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah, like Cato, because like, did you ever go to any of the Cato Spring Jams or anything?
Yeah, for sure.
Like that will always be lit. Like those parties in Cato are always gonna be lit. People come from out of town to go to those.
Yeah.
But overall, like the Mankato State, you know, University just ain't as like popping as it used to be, like party wise. I'm sure it's still, you know, high attendance, whatever, good in school, whatever. But.
Yeah, the scene definitely dried out. I think it's the drugs. To be 100 with you, it's the drug. Everybody's zombified.
Yeah. Everybody
is just
more people smoking weed than drinking nowadays too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Chilling. People like to relax. They don't like to exert energy anymore. I think it's COVID that got people used to that, because people were used to just staying home and getting free money. Now it's like people need, you know, like companies need workers. You know, nobody wants to do that no more. You know.
Definitely. What was your moves after high school? Because you're still new to making music. You started this year, so I know you didn't really start in high school. Were you like freestyling, like fucking around with music in high school though?
Yeah. So to be honest, the music's been in my life, like, you know, this whole time I've been breathing, like since I was born. You know, I'm like, grew up in a church background. You feel me? So music always kind of caught my eye. Then once I grew up and started, you know, getting outside or whatever, and smoking weed and shit, that's when we started fucking around. Me and my homies, we used to go to buildings on campus like Highland and like the brick Highlands, we call them Pakistan, Summit. Especially Summit 800, especially. Bro,
Summit 800
man,
is the spot to go smoke.
Man, yo, word. Like, we'd get so high, right? And then we'd just play a beat out of nowhere, and somebody would just start a bar off, and we'd finish off. This was at the time where, like, that unexpected mistape, catch it, that type of shit, right? So we just started fucking around, and one of my homies, shout out Peso, Route G Peso, that nigga. Man, there's one day, man, I think it was like the 4th of July. We were at Highland. We had got some gas, and we got some gas and some dabs, right? We got overly high. It was raining outside. We playing the beat. We got this little JBL we stole from CVS, right? Okay, tell me why we played a beat. I'm in my phone, and I'm like listening, and I'm like, bro, somebody rapping. I look up. This nigga Peso going crazy off the dome, eyes closed and everything. This nigga just going at a flow I never heard. And I'm looking, I'm like, bro, nigga, y'all hear this? Everybody else got their phones out, so I was the last one to really think, like, damn, this nigga raw. So, like, really, that's when I seen, like, oh, shit. Like, one of my homies might make it out for music. So that's when I really kind of started thinking about music.
That's crazy that you said... that you just like even mentioned Summit 800, the smoking and like freestyling, because me and like I got like my friend group back in high school, like, you know, Dez, Patrick, Bill, Khalil, like, T-Sat, and like Dom, and we would go to Summit 800, and that's where we would smoke, and they came up with a freestyle about Summit while they were in Summit. So that's just kind of crazy. We have like a very simple. I didn't get into music that way. None of us really got into music that way. But like we did the exact same thing that you were kind of talking about.
Bro, I think I remember that anthem, bro.
Rolling up and we hotbox in 800, pass that bitch, and we get in blunted.
Trapping down the summit.
Yeah, see, you need to see like that's crazy.
For sure. Yeah. That was the anthem for sure.
I mean, I guess so. After high school, what was, I guess, your goals, or like what was going on after high school? What were you dealing with? What was life like finishing high school?
So I mean, I kind of got to take it back a little bit. So freshman year, this was a year I was trying my best. I was thinking I was going to make it to the league. So, trials come around. Me and the homies, KO, Johanna, you feel me, Eddie, you know what I'm saying, Duop, Lou, just the guys. We used to go to MSU every day and train, you know what I'm saying, for basketball. So trials comes around, and I trialed or whatever, and I get cut. When I tell you basketball was my first love, that shit broke my heart, you feel me? So I was like, damn, like, man, I'm not shit. I couldn't even make the basketball team. And it's not even like I was trash, because, it was just, I wasn't focused.
There was a lot of good people in that class, too. Like, like all those names you mentioned were all, like, people that ended up going playing college ball.
Yeah.
Could have if they wanted to.
For sure. Man, shout out NSG. Shout out the guys, man. Never stop grinding, bro. But, yeah, it broke my heart, bro. Like, it messed me up. So I kind of got depressed, and I got to thinking, like, I can't achieve shit. I couldn't even make the basketball team. But the whole time, like, I wasn't focused as far as academics. Like, my grades was right, but my attitude and shit was, not there. I was in class fucking around just to show off my outfits. Then I skipped lunch just to go catch up with my homework. You feel me? And then once I got cut, I was like, man, fuck school, So I started skipping. Me and my homies started skipping and started smoking weed and trying to sell weed and shit. We was doing a little high, you feel me? We would go, I ain't gonna cap, honestly, I don't give no fuck who's listening. We used to do 2 for 10s in the bathroom while niggas was flipping, all that, you feel me? We used to get shit off, and then I got caught and I got put on papers. You got
caught selling weed in the school?
Like, well, I got caught smelling like weed, Yeah. And they ain't catch no weed, but I think they found a roach or something. And that's when I first got into trouble with, like, my parents. Mm-hmm. So my OGs and them was like, man, what is you doing with your life? Da-da-da-da-da-da. So I gave up. This one day, like, I'm going to say a little after Christmas, my homeboy hits me up like, yo, I got this lick. What y'all trying to do? Knowing me, I'm not going to school. I'm just getting high. My OG and them not fucking with me. I just got cut. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go do it. Boom, we hit the lick. Man, I had so much money I had in my pocket. I'm not going to say so much money. At the time, it felt like so much money. I really had like $1,200. But like nobody around me, none of the people I seen at school had this type of money. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, what the fuck I'm finna do in school if I could just go hit licks, So I started hitting licks, man. Slick on the side, you feel me? I did that for about 2.5 years. Sophomore year come around, summer, I get into some trouble. I go to juvie. I get out of juvie. Now, the whole time I'm gone, you feel me? People are telling me they miss me, all that. I come home and it felt like I was a celebrity. So I let that shit get to my head. I wasn't listening to nobody or nothing like that. So I continue hitting licks after I just got let out. Finally, we hit the one big lick. Probably this was like a year or something after I got out of juvie. We hit that one big lick. This was 4 days after I turned 18. I got told on, feel me, by my own people. I got betrayed and I had to go do some time. You feel me? I had to go do a lot of time, actually. I did 3.5 years. This was 4 days after I turned 18. So it's like I had no adulthood whatsoever.
But you're getting charged as an adult because you just turned 18.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm in the county. Feel me? Just fucked up, overly fucked up. And they give me another chance to come home. Come home. I get to partying again with my homies, but the only thing that was different this time was I started writing a little bit. Actually, I started writing in the county. That's what I forgot to mention. I started writing, and then I came home, and I got right back into the street shit, right? Got locked up. They told my ass, you got to go do some time. Boom, went up there. While I was locked up, a lot of shit happened out here that I couldn't control. So, like, at first, I used fighting as an avenue, you know, to release my anger. And so I was fighting, going in the hole. Boom, get out the hole, fight, go to the hole. Get out the hole. Then this one time, actually not even, it was when my cousin died. My OG and them had told me over the phone, like, yeah, it happened a while ago, but we ain't want to tell you. So, you know, I got salty, and I got off the phone, and, you know, the first person that said something crazy to me, I crashed him, you know? And then I got sent to the hole, and when I was in there, I was fucked up. And then I just, out of nowhere, I started singing 1,000 Miles by Kid Leroy. And I sang about 5 times, went to sleep. Then, like, the next morning, I walk up to my wall, somebody banging on my wall. It's like, hey, yo, hey, youngin', hey, youngin'. I'm like, yo, what's up? You know, I'm trying to figure out who's calling me. They're like, hey, what's that song you was singing last night? I was like, what song? And he started humming it. I was like, oh, yeah, that's 1,000 Miles by Kid Leroy. He was like, nah, nigga, I know that song. I was like, yeah, that's the song. He's like, nah, okay, sing it the way you did. I was like, nah, bro, I'm not about to sing the song. You just woke me up. You know, it's the morning. I'm not about to sing this song. I'm about to go to sleep. He was like, hey, look, man, I know this ain't got nothing to do with you, but I'm going through some shit back here, and I would really love it if you sang, bro. That shit, you know, he said it helped him, you know, so I was like, all right, fuck it. I sang it, and he was like, I basically flipped the song into my own version. Mm-hmm. And he was like, man, I want you to sit down and think about think about what I just said to you, and I want you to put something down on paper. And I did. And got back to him, sang it to him, whatever. And the man told me, you know, I had something. And, you know, I was in a hole. I was vulnerable. I had nothing. You feel me? So I really believe what he said, because I was really back there chopping it up with him every single day. So it just took off from there.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that was like your first reassurance from someone else telling you that you actually like had a talent.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's kind of crazy, because it took a lot of pain or losses or lessons for you to find your new passion and for you to find what you want to do.
Yeah. Cause I was gone, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was gone, bruh. Like the time I was coming out from juvie to the first time I went to the county and then got out, I was going through some shit, you know what I mean? I was off it, you know? And in my life, but I feel like getting locked up was a blessing and a curse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you were in and out for a while. So how long have you been out now?
I've been out probably for 11 months now.
Okay. And then that's when you started releasing music, is within this past 11 months?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When what was your, I guess, process like getting out of jail and then deciding to go to the studio or find a studio? Like, what was your, like, you know what I mean? Like, who did you hit up to get the studio time, or how did that work? Like, what was your mindset like getting out of jail?
Well, while I was in jail, after school told me that I had some, I called Twin them and I told him, like, yo, I'm about to start doing this music shit for real. And I sang some shit to him. And they told me, like, man, keep going. So I kind of just put a blueprint together in prison. So I was like, I told myself, like, you know, for every song that I write, I'm going to try to hit up a producer or two and, you know, send him a video of me a cappella or something. Came home, I didn't do that. I actually had people, you know what I'm saying, hit me up from my connection, like my twin, she actually put me in contact with F3. Shout out Mock Productions, actually. Shout out Demo. But F3 Productions is a studio here in Mankato. I hit him up. I DM'd him. I'm like, yo, let him know my situation. Like, I just came home, whatever, with the bam. Got in there. You know, got to it.
What song was? Is it a song that's out that you made, or was it?
Yeah, the song's out on SoundCloud right now. It's called Out of Time. That song, I wrote that song. Actually, that's the first file I brought out of prison. Cause I got probably like 2 albums right now, 2 albums and a mixtape that I haven't brought out at all. You know what I'm saying? That's just sitting there waiting. So I brought out one of those pages, and that's Out of Time.
How long did it take you to get like recognition for your music? Was that first song like enough for like people that you knew from high school, or you know, family, friends, stuff like that, to be like, oh, you're making music now? Or did it take 2-3 releases? I know you've only dropped about 4 songs, but did it take that second release, or maybe like your first time you actually like sitting in front of a camera and singing or rapping? Like, did that first song, I guess, buy people over to be like, oh, you're a music artist now? Or like, are you still battling to get that, or where's that kind of stand?
I mean, I'm gonna say 50-50, because when I touched down, you know, like knowing that I'm from here, people already knew, like, you know, who I was. You know what I mean? Like, just as fact as just my name. So it's like, when I started doing music, I had a little buzz. You know, I had a couple hundred people saying, oh yeah, we fuck with your music, whatever. And then I released it, and I forgot I had got I got a certain amount of streams in a short amount of times, and I'm gonna say I didn't get real recognition for it. Then I dropped Okay, and I dropped an unreleased snippet to that, and I went to an open mic here in Mankato and I performed it, and for some reason that song got the most buzz, and then that's when I really started getting, you know, a little recognition. You know, people kept, you know, hitting me up like, hey, what's that song called? Is it out yet? You know, and I was like, no, it's not out. And then I finally released it June 9th, and that's when, at least in my city, that's when I started getting like recognition. You know what I'm saying? That's when people started saying like, oh yeah, that's Janii Sudan with that song Okay. And then I started doing shows, I'm gonna say, like surrounding the surrounding area of Mankato, and people started being like, okay, now who's this kid? You feel me? And that's all I guess I would say that's all I'm looking for, is just, I want people to question. I want people to be like, who is this person, you know? And I want them to look into who I am. So it's like, y'all could listen to my lyrics and connect with me that way. So y'all hear my lyrics and be like, oh, so man said this. Oh, okay, it matches up with what he just said type, you know? But I would say I don't got enough music in my files right now to say that I need that recognition. So I think I'm really building the blueprint right now. I use this whole year 2023 as the foundation. You know, I think
to kind of just introduce yourself.
Yeah,
the people that were following you on Instagram for your personal life, that now you make music. How did you come up with your name?
Shit, in prison. In prison, one of my uncles was, I had stumbled upon one of my uncles in there. I ain't seen him since I was like 5 years old. He called me my tribal name. Actually, Janii Sudan is short for Yana, you know? And that is what I am. That's my tribe, you know? That's my ethnic background. You know what I'm saying? My uncle would call me, you know, in my language, like, hey, Johnny boy, you know what I mean? And they kind of got stuck, so the people that did speak my language in there will call me Yana, you know, Yana, or Gajana, you know. And I was like, one day myself, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do Johnny Boy, but I'm gonna spell it different since it has a meaning. And then I kept playing with it, and then one day I seen what was it, a commercial about a South Sudanese team, and I was like, Johnny South Sudan. I was like, nah. I was like, Johnny Sudan. It's like, oh yeah, let me say that a couple times, and it was just that from there. So really, my uncle and I came up with it.
That's cool. Has it maybe helped you connect with other like Sudanese people to be like since I'm not rapping, I don't know any other like Sudanese people that are rapping. Maybe you should be the one to represent us, at least like out of Mankato.
Yeah.
Have you kind of like felt that? Because I know Mankato is like a really high like Sudanese population, doesn't it? It's like Mankato and like Austin, like from Minnesota at least. Like there's a high population. Has that helped push your music in a sense, you think?
I mean, a little bit. Nah, actually, I'm not even gonna say a little bit. A lot of my music definitely got out there because my name is Johnny Sudan. My people definitely have been supporting me, you know what I mean, through and through since the beginning. But I would say I don't really have that feeling of, you know, is he the one that's gonna do this for us? Because it's already people that's, you know, rapping right now that's been put on for us, you know what I mean, or is putting on, like, you know, like me, a little younger than I am now, you know, I was listening to certain artists like Barley, you feel me, Dewey, you know what I'm saying, like, we got my boy Sue Breezy, he don't make music no more, but you feel me, him, just like, they used to make music, and that shit, they still, I mean, Dewey and Barley still make music, but they shit really put us on. Like, back then, like, it was just the community listening to Barley, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, my nigga really doing it, you feel me? Like, he really putting on, like, wherever he go, they see us, you feel me? They see the South Sudanese younger generation trying to, you feel me, like, like, bro really did it. You know what I'm saying? He's doing it right now. And I know my talent, you feel me? So, I'm right there, you know what I mean? All I got to do is open the door, you know what I mean? Man, I'm in this shit dolo, really. You know what I'm saying? I'm really in this shit dolo, bro. I'm doing this shit by myself. I promote my own music. Like, I hit up the producers, engineers, everything. I do everything myself, you know? And I feel like I got to do that in order to really call myself an artist. Otherwise, I won't understand the pain and, you know, the grit behind it. So
yeah, you want to, like, I guess, figure out who you are yourself before you have too much influence from the outside.
Yeah.
I guess you mentioned the NSG crew before. I know they have like a crew. I know it's like NSG Yo and who's the music artist I'm tweaking?
NSG Louis V.
Louis V. I'm tweaking. That's another person. That
NSG Gway.
Yep, and Gway.
We got NSG KO. We got NSG Yo. NSG WAP, bro ass. Man, that's my dog. All them niggas, man. All them niggas are my dogs. You feel me? So NSG really okay. Let me get in the back. Let me get in detail about NSG. NSG started behind the first car we done got. Well, the first car KO got, you know, and we done got traffic. You know what I mean? So before that, we was on foot stealing 1 million bikes, you feel me? Just on foot, just, you know, just getting miles on real, you know, on real time, you know? So when he got a Nissan, and so we were like, shit, we finna be Nissan gang, you feel me? We started, I guess, going to parties, popping out in the Nissan, you know what I mean? Doing a lot of shit in the Nissan, bro. So we didn't got buzz around the city as Nissan gang, you know? So, like, if you seen the Nissan, I promise you, it's 6 deep every time.
At least that's Nissan gang's better than the Kia boys.
Yeah, but like, it wasn't no like actual gang though. You know what I'm saying? It was just like a
rolled like 5 deep in a Nissan.
You feel me? Like, nah, it was gang. It was gang them. You know what I mean? It was gang them in the car. You feel me? It was just anything can go down. You know what I'm saying? This is where we need to be. This is the function. You know, anywhere there's Nissan at is where the party at. You feel me? So, we started going to parties and shit like that as youngins, and I guess we started getting buzz from it. And KO, Johanna, all them niggas, they was hooping, so they got Nissan busting on that side. Me, Wop, Gatway, you feel me? The guys, we didn't got Nissan busting as far as the finesse side, you know? So like selling weed and shit like that. I'm not gonna say we got serious right away, but I think we got serious when some of us got started getting locked up, and some of us started going to college, and so we had to rebrand. Yeah, you know,
because KO's Kong, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, they both went off to play basketball, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they went to go play ball. Me, Wop, Gway. You know, we stayed out here. We just you know, I'm gonna say we was living life, bro. I don't know, no cap, bro. We was living life, bro. Like, we lived every day like it was our last day. No matter what, we was dumbass kids, you know? And we didn't give no fuck where we was at. You know what I mean? We was doing bad shit, bro. We was doing bad shit. And we started getting into some shit with motherfuckers out here, and motherfuckers started dissing us, you know what I'm saying? So we had to rebrand, bro. We had to rebrand, and we rebranded to Never Stop Going, you know? Or Never Stop Grinding. Mm-hmm. KO, Yo, and Wop, they thought about it. Oh, and Louis V. They thought about it while, you know, we was incarcerated. And, man, they took it to the next level. I didn't think this was going to be something like this. You know, I didn't think KO was going to be in the league, you know, doing what he's doing. I didn't think Yo would be, you know, on his way to the league going crazy, you know, doing what he's doing, you know. Louis V dropping music, you know what I'm saying? G-Way dropping music, you know what I'm saying? Now it became a lifestyle. Now it's really never stop going because we never stopped, you feel me? We never stopped what we was doing. Mm-hmm. So now I'm just trying to reiterate all that into my music.
Yeah, I know Gatway performed at our first Mankato show, like in 2019 or some shit.
Yeah.
So he's been making music for a minute.
Yeah. G-Way is the first person to start music.
He was young back then. He's younger too, right? I think he might have been in high school when he performed.
Yeah, G-Way started with Icy. G-Way, I remember he had called me and a couple of the homies to the room, and he had his dad's speakers and shit. He's like, listen to this, and he had spit his shit, and we was like, damn, that shit fire. Mm-hmm. The nigga took off after that. You know what I'm saying? The man's got like 1 million songs right now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you have a mic performance video that's about to drop, right? By the time this interview's out, I'm pretty sure that'll be out by then. So it comes out December 22nd?
Yeah.
Yeah, the CIA video?
Yeah.
Is that going to be like a single that drops too then? Or is that just for the mic performance?
I mean, it's just going to be a mic performance right now. It just depends, you know. I got another mic performance out too, Boss Boy. Really, that ain't out on all platforms either. I just really do that just to get my face out there so people know and can hear the voice, you know what I mean? See, like, put a face on it. Mm-hmm. So if it gets enough views, I'll drop it on all plats, you feel me? But if not, I'm just gonna keep it up there, you know, just like motherfuckers, it's candy, you know. But I got another video on the way for some unreleased shit, you know, and that's that's gonna be out on all plats too very soon. But figuring all that shit out, like I said, I'm dolo, so I'm figuring that shit out right now.
What's I know in Mankato you mentioned a studio earlier, but I was gonna ask, like, what are the music opportunities in Mankato? Because like in Minneapolis, like there's hundreds of studios. Like it's not hard to find someone that can mix your music or whatever. But like out here, like if you don't know how to do it yourself or have your own house studio, like what are the opportunities or what do you do to make music out here?
Shit. I mean, in Mankato, it's like, it's scattered. So like a lot of people like to make music, so it's like, but people are stingy, you know? People don't like to see people win out here. But it's 3 studios that definitely I fuck with because, you know, they reach out to people, you know what I mean? They're like, yo, come fuck with us. They got reasonable prices, you know what I mean? Shit like that, you know? And it's like they got nice sounds to it. Their presets, engineering, everything all around is fire. So, like, first one, Self-Made Glory, you feel me? That's downtown, Cato. That's pretty fire. You got F3, you know what I'm saying? That's by the mall. And then you got the Motor House. That's the personal one I go to. You know, I mean, I don't even know how to explain that. I can't even explain too much on that. That's a whole nother project itself, you know what I mean? But just, yeah, keep in mind, Motor House, that's some, yeah, you know, shout out Motor House.
Studio that you making music at?
Yeah, that's where the magic happens for real, for real. Mm-hmm. That's where you just click R. Yeah.
And they put it together for you?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, is there anything you want to say to close out the video? Anything you want to plug before we finish it off?
Shit, man. Honestly, shit, I don't know, man. Never stop grinding, man. All in my brothers, man. Free my guys, man. Shit, man. Honestly, in this life, bro, you only live once, bro. So, shit. Do what you got to do. Go get it. You feel me?
Facts. Make sure you follow him on Instagram. It's on the screen as well in the description. Make sure you tap in with us at Waterwave TV and come shop with us at 1521 Como Avenue Southeast, Minneapolis, Minnesota, where there's hypewear, there's Jordans, there's Nike Dunks, there's Yeezys, there's Minnesota brands, there's a bunch more. Just pull up and check it out. Come check us out. Book your studio time at waterwavetv.com. Once again, give him a follow, give us a follow, like, subscribe, share. We out. Peace.